And change kind of frightens me in certain respects. And I realize that. So that's one of the first things, recognize your own faults and limitations and stuff, right? But Jill's going to do something with her husband that is so outside of her comfort zone.
Yeah.
She's never done this before.
And I immediately said no.
Mm-hmm.
But then I changed my mind.
And we're talking about it right after this break. You can try and think what it is. So outside of her comfort zone. She's never done it before. I think there's other people involved.
Yes.
Whoa.
And it involves something I truly despise.
What could that be? What could that be? Find out right after this break. Then let me know, would you do the same thing? Did anybody hear Brian's stomach?
Yeah.
It kind of ruined the whole break there, didn't it?
You guys
I don't know if you heard it or not.
Rude. You guys are so rude. I blame you for this, Jill, because your face, your eyes, you were not.
He has the loudest stomach in radio, and sometimes it gets on the air. Maybe that one didn't. But do let us know if you ever hear those things. Anyway, back to Jill, if we can try and bring it back on the track.
Yes.
Would you do the same thing she's about to do?
You're listening to Valentine in the Morning
on 104.3 My FM.
Listen anywhere with the iHeartRadio app.
John, did the pasta make its way into the Highlander last night?
The pasta made its way into the Highlander last night. We went to a friend's neighborhood to trick or treat, and my girlfriend and I were pasta. So we had like pasta on ourselves, and we were bringing some pumpkins, some candy over. And to your point, folded down on the seats, threw it all back there, loaded some friends up, and made it there safely.
The costumes were so cute.
Thank you.
And we all drive Toyotas here on Valentine in the Morning. I'm in a RAV4. Valentine is in a Prius Prime. John is in a Highlander. You can turn every commute into a fuel-efficient adventure in a new Prius with its sleek new design and incredible MPG. So see your Toyota dealer today and start enjoying all the benefits of what Prius can do for you. Or simply just visit Toyota.com.
They're honestly absolutely fantastic cars. We love them dearly. Was that it again?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Toyota.com to find out more.
At Del Taco, we know value isn't just about a low price. It's about getting more of what you love for less than you'd expect. And in times like these, we understand that matters more than ever. That's why Del Taco's serving up our new Mucho meals, starting at just $4.49. They're packed with flavor, packed with freshness, and packed with more of everything you crave. More food, more flavor, all for less. Try the new Del's Mucho meals today, starting at just $4.49. Only at Del Taco. Price and participation may vary.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be-in-the-room-with real people kind of learner, so he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. Vos está pronto.
Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Ever notice all the beeping sounds at most burger restaurants? There's beeping microwaves and beeping timers. What the is that all about? At Habit, we didn't get voted #1 by f***ing around with all those machines. Because all we need is a grill full of char and a chef full of fire. Using top-notch ingredients doesn't hurt either. But beeps in our kitchen? No way. Habit Burger and Grill Double Char voted #1 based on USA Today 10 Best Reader's Choice 2024 Awards for Best Fast Food Burger.
If you're ready to swap spooky for jolly and trade in your pumpkins for presents, 104.3 My FM is stuffing your stocking this Free Ticket Friday.
With tickets to see Mariah Carey's Christmas Time Holiday Show, November 8th at the Hollywood Bowl.
Listen all Free Ticket Friday to win your way in. Only on 104.3 My FM.
Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Free never sounded so good.
Heard of the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
This report is sponsored by Whole Foods Market. Right now in Costa Mesa on the 55 northbound at the 405, the two right lanes are still blocked with a crash and traffic is backing up to the 73. If you're headed downtown right now, give yourself a lot of extra time. They're closing down roads due to the parade for the championship Dodgers. And right now they're going to be closing sections of Spring Street, West 1st Street, Grand Avenue, 5th Street, and Flower Street. Those streets will be closed until 2 p.m., although Surface Street traffic will be rough for a long time after that. Shop seafood savings at Whole Foods Market. Save 20% on sustainable wild-caught halibut fillets with Prime through November 5th. And pair this delicate fish with a mango habanero salsa for a vibrant kick while supplies last. Shop in-store or online. Terms apply. I'm Devin Hennessy, and that's your traffic with Valentine in the Morning.
All right, Devin, thank you. Weather today, sunny this afternoon, temp 60, mid-70. For the weekend, light rain expected tomorrow. We're not talking about anything that's supposed to be significant. Highs in the 60s, 52 in West Covina, 54 in Gardena. So when I say not significant, for anybody that hasn't fixed up a roof or has a blue tarp on their house, don't panic. You should be okay. Jill's got the entertainment headlines coming up.
A Game of Thrones movie is in very early development. I'll tell you what we know so far coming up at 8:50.
Something she's never done before. Something that is so outside of her comfort zone. But you're her man, her recently married man. Her husband, Jeff, said, "Babe, take my hand and we'll do it together."
That's the Jeff voice?
I don't have one. I'm just working on it.
Okay, we can work on
Take
it.
my hand and we'll do it together.
My husband and I are going to Japan for our honeymoon in December around the holidays. And you guys know how I feel about nudity.
Well, let's bring everybody up to date in case they're just tuning in for the first time. Jill, how do you feel about nudity?
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
I don't like butts.
We don't necessarily need to know what part of the anatomy you're not in favor of, but just nudity in general.
I'm just not a fan
Of tushes?
of butts.
Guys
like
and
my
girls?
own
In either
guys,
gender?
women. No, it doesn't matter. If you've got a butt, I'm not a fan of seeing it without any clothes on.
We gotta tell her that's
I don't
everybody.
know. What?
That's everybody. What?
That he has a butt?
We gotta tell her, yeah. You have a butt.
I know. Just
She's not a fan. All right, so go on. Go on, please.
So, we're planning our trip and like restaurants we want to go to and all these different things. And
Is this your honeymoon?
Yes.
Okay.
My husband says we should try going to an onsen. And I said, "What's that?" And he said, "Oh, it's like a natural hot spring. They're all over Japan." I was like, "Oh." And he said, the onsen tradition is to be completely naked when you get in. And I was like, "Oh, no. No." And I said, you can wear a bathing suit. Excuse me.
I love that voice.
Excuse that.
You did it yourself. No, that was you amped that up. I do a good Jill.
But he said, he's like, well, you're going to look out of place and, it's the tradition. Traditionally, you go in without a bathing suit. And my biggest fear is to just be bobbing along in the water and I just hear...
Bobbing along? Bobbing along? You're going to stand out for many reasons. Who's this white girl bobbing along in the water?
But I'm afraid that
Are you like a buoy? Do you float or something like that?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm worried that, there's all these people around.
Right.
I'm totally nude, walking into this water,
Right.
and then I just hear, "I listen to you every morning on Valentine in the morning." Like I'm
in Japan.
In Japan?
No.
Oh, we think high and mighty of ourselves. If we think we're in an onsen in Japan, and somebody goes, "Hey, love your show."
No, because Jeff's whole thing was you're never going to see any of these people ever again.
Sure, yeah.
And I said, "No, but we might." I don't know, and I don't know if I can be completely
You probably
nude.
aren't going to see everybody else again. Paul, come in here real quick. Paul, we're going to bring you into mid-conversation, okay? So you haven't heard, you were walking through the hall, you haven't heard. Jill is going on her honeymoon, and she's going to go to an onsen. And this is in Japan?
It's in Japan.
And those are
An onsen.
It's a natural hot spring, right?
Yes, yes.
And right into the mic, she has a big problem. What's your big problem? Tell Paul again, our boss. Good, tell him right out loud. Good. What don't you like?
I
Tell
don't
him.
care for butts.
Okay. So she's
I'm
going
so
to
sorry,
be
Paul.
she's going to be nude, and she's afraid of being nude in front of all these people in Japan, and she's got a problem with that.
Afraid of your butt or other people's butts?
Everybody's involved.
What would you say? Just go for it. You're not going to see these people again. What would you recommend to her?
look around the room you're in right now.
Yes. I don't want to go to an onsen with
if they were all naked, it wouldn't be a pretty sight, correct?
Correct.
Most people are not. I mean, I'm with Jill on this one.
But you're not going to feel like nobody looks like you go to a nudist beach. It's not like you're seeing 10-10-10s.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, and that's not it. Like I'm more concerned about being naked in front of other people.
But you think they're going to judge you? You think that people are going to be holding up 7 for the Russian judge?
No.
6 for the...
It's just me. Like, I'm just not ever without clothes in front of strangers.
You need to go home and watch episodes of Naked and Afraid.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll notice that after a few minutes, the nakedness goes away.
Yeah, I bet.
Okay.
Then you're afraid.
When you go to a place like this, at first you'll look around, everyone's naked.
Sure, yeah.
And then in a few minutes, it'll be...
it's like reality TV. The cameras just disappear at some point. You know what I mean?
I feel like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'm probably never going to be in Japan again. And this is just a tradition, and there's healing powers in these waters, and I want to just soak it all in.
Okay.
So that's
just
what made me say, just bobbing around in the water.
Doing your backstroke or whatever else,
everybody
right?
we talk to who has been to Japan, everybody will say, you have to go to an onsen.
All right. Have you done something like this? Would you be able to do what Jill's going to think about doing here? Get totally naked in front of strangers in Japan on her honeymoon with her husband. Butts everywhere. 31043. Do text in and let us know. 31043. So you think you're going to do it, really?
I told him I'll do it.
You told me you're going to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Do you have to do any prep work or anything?
Nothing that involves any of you.
Well, no. 866-544-MyFM. It is Valentine in the morning.